All right, first graders, we are going to be reading a story about a girl going on a field trip to the zoo. And your job today is going to be to put those events in order. Sequencing events means putting them in the right order. And when we did our planner about how we organize ourselves, we learned that putting things in the right order is very important. Remember when we made the ants on a log? And we talked about how if you just tell them first to put the peanut butter on, they could have peanut butter all over their hands. You need to think about what really comes first, which is getting out that celery and then putting the peanut butter on the celery. So we really had to work on sequential order, putting them in the right order. So today, you may have a hard time remembering all the details in the passage. So look at the top part of your slide and you can click on the passage again and go back and check. It's always really important to look back and underline, look back and underline. Looking for that text evidence is really important, especially today because there are a lot of details packed in a very small passage. But before we get started, I picked out a few words that could be tricky for you, and I wanted to help you use some reading strategies to be able to figure out what those words say. Okay, so if you already know them, awesome. We've been reading so much text that now we kind of have some words memorized like they're sight words. But if you don't, I want to give you those strategies and skills to help you figure out words that you do not know. All right, when you see this word, some of you are shouting out the word already because you know it. Some of you are looking at it going, I've never worked with an IE before. Usually when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. So it should say f-iled. But that doesn't make sense when it ends mixed in with the rest of the story and the context clues. So I want to just show you that this one doesn't follow the normal rules for an IE making the I sound. It actually is going to make the E sound. Field. What's the word? Field. Changing and flipping those vowel sounds is the best strategy to use when a word just doesn't make sense. And a lot of times in English, the strategies we give you, the words don't always follow the rules that they are supposed to follow. So keep that in mind. Another word, this is a multi-syllable word, so there's more than one syllable. Now I want to show you, I have a vowel here, vowel sound here. Magic E makes the I say I. But when I have an A at the beginning of a word and it's by itself, it can sometimes make that lazy A sound like in another or again or ago. It's going to do the same thing in this word. And I know that second syllable says rive. So let's add our lazy A. Arrive. What's the word? Arrive. Kind of weird, huh? There are some Saxon rules that we just didn't get to go over yet, so you didn't get to learn them. So I want to make sure you are able to read this passage. Okay, the next word has 3 syllables. Now, some of you will see it and go, I know it, because guess what? We've had this word in our writing prompts a lot, especially with opinion writing. So it might be a word that you already notice. And if you don't worry. We're going to chunky monkey dot grab. Okay, so if I see more than one vowel and I know there's going to be more than one syllable, I need to dot grab. So I'm going to dot my A, dot my O, dot my I. I usually know that an E at the end of a word is silent, so I'm not going to dot that. There's no way my chin's going to drop on a silent E. My A grabs the F, my O grabs the V, my I grabs the R, and my magic E makes the I say I. I see the O is open. There's nothing after it in that syllable. It's an open vowel syllable, right? Because when we look at syllables, we don't look at anything else. It's already closed off. So it's an open vowel syllable. Same here with the A. It is open vowel. Because we take the rest of it away. We just look at that syllable chunk and it is now open. Okay, so let's do each syllable. Fe, vo, right. Favorite? What did I just say that we would have to do if something didn't quite come out right and the vowel sounds weren't working? Flip the vowel sounds. So I'm going to keep the A and the O. I'm going to flip the I first to that short I sound, the I. Favorite. 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 So see if you just chunk up your syllables and flip any sounds that you might need to. get to the word. We don't have the context clues, so usually those context clues also really help us. The words around, right? The picture clues, the words around, and what we already know. So while they might be tricky on just a plain whiteboard by itself, when you have the context clues in front of you of the passage, it can be a lot easier to figure out what a word is. All right, last one. This one is a 2-syllable word. All right, I see 2 vowels, and I know if there's 2 vowels, I probably have 2 syllables, and I need to dot grab. So I dot my I, dot my E, the I grabs the T, and the E grabs the K. Now I have 2 syllables. This syllable, the I, is closed. Short I sounds like eh. And I know that C doesn't have an E, I, or Y after it, so it's going to make that k sound. So my first syllable says tick. Second syllable, I have an E that is closed. It's closed off by that T, so short E sounds like eh. My second syllable says ket. Tick, ket. What's the word? Ticket. Does it have 2 syllables? Let's try it. Ticket, ticket. 2 syllables. It does. All right, so those were just a few of the tricky words. I want you to use context clues to help you figure out others. And remember, you can always write the word down, code it just like we do in Saxon phonics to really use those reading strategies to break apart the sounds you know, okay? There are some sight words in this story that I want us to know. Sight words we just have on lockdown. A lot of these are kindergarten sight words, and there are a few first grade ones mixed in, but we don't have to sound out our sight words because we know them like that. I say, you say, have. After, first, they're sticking together. School, are, walk, them, her, 3, their, buy. Now this is buy like I buy something with my money. Part. All right, this time we're going to say them together, so a little bit quicker. Say them with me this time. Have, after, first, school, are, walk, them, her, 3, their, buy, part. All right, remember our third round. You see how many you already know. Here we go. Good job. All right, enjoy your story about Whitney going on a field trip.